The passing away of Bapu, Nayantara Sehgal. Unit 1. I was having tea at home on the evening of 30th January 1948 when I was called to Birla House by an urgent telephone. Gandhiji had been shot on his way to a prayer meeting. I was now with shock as I got into the car. At the Birla House, Gandhiji's relatives and followers had gathered round his body. There was silence in the room as Gandhiji breathed his last words of Bapuji's death had spread through Delhi like a flame fanned by wind. Sad groups of men and women had collected around Birla House. Out of every window, one could see a brown blur of faces. They did not make a sound. They did not make a sound. There was an unnatural silence. It was as if time stood still for those few minutes. Next. The people were too stunned to speak in the beginning. Later, they clamored widely, shouting and crying. They jostled one another in a stampede to break into the house. They calmed a little when it was announced that they would be allowed to see Gandhiji before the funeral. When one is faced with the shock of a loved one's death, One whimpers.
One whimpers.
What will become
What will become
of me
of me
now that
now that
he has left me?
he has left me?
This was surely
This was surely
the question
the question
uppermost
uppermost
in the mind of
in the mind of
the
the
morning
morning
people.
people.
They looked
They
they looked
looked
like lost children.
like lost children.
It was
It was
the question
the question
in many of our
many of our
hearts
hearts
as we sat
as we said,
still
feel,
shocked
saw,
and
and
unbelieving.
unbelieving.
We listened
We
we listened
listened
to the broadcast
to the broadcast
telling the people
telling the people
of India
of India
that
that
their Bapu was
their Bapu was
no more. No more. Clamored, word nest, clamored, demanded loudly, jostled, forced one's way, by pushing,
by pushing
whimpers,
members
makes low,
makes low
crying noises, comprehension exercise. 1. Choose the correct
choose the correct
alternative
alternative
to complete the following
complete the following
sentences.
sentences.
A. Gandhiji had been
Gandhiji had been
shot on
sort of
his way
his way
to
to
number 1 the Birla house,
the Birla house,
2 the author's house,
the other house,
3 a prayer meeting,
prayer meeting,
number 4 a family gathering.
a family gathering,
क्या होगा?
a prayer meeting.
Second line, Gandhiji had been shot on his way to a prayer meeting. मिला? Next. B. The author came
The author came
to know
to know
of Gandhiji's death
of Gandhiji's death
by
by
number 1 a letter, number 2 a telephone call, number 3 a telegram, number 4 a public broadcast.
public broadcast.
Second line, to Birla house by an urgent telephone. Urgent
Telephone.
telephone.
A telephone call.
Answer do a telephone call. Next. Page number 18. C. When one is faced
When was his face
with the shock of a loved one's
loved one's
death,
death?
one number 1 whimpers, 2 laughs, 3 claps, 4 shouts. क्या होगा? Where is? कहाँ लिखा हुआ है? चौथा ऊपर से.
हाँ सर 17 पेज नंबर का ऊपर से चौथा ले
1 2 3 4
सेकंड पैराग्राफ का फर्स्ट लाइन.
When one is faced with the shock of a loved one's death, one whimpers. Whimpers means makes low crying noise. हो गया. 2. Fill in the chart
Fill in the chart
with information
with information
from the text.
on the text.
A. Date on which Gandhiji was shot dead.
Gandhiji was shot dead.
Date? Which date?
30 Jan 1948.
13th January 1948. First line. B. Place
Place
where Gandhiji
Gandhiji
breathed his last.
break his blast.
Answer.
Birla House.
Line number.
Line number 2, sir. Who built the house by the first Sola number 5 second line.
I was called to Birla House, but here is not written his take last breath. कहाँ लिखा हुआ लास्ट ब्रेथ लिख लिए? लास्ट ब्रेथ वाला कहाँ है बात? खोजिए जल्दी से. मैं शुरू से पढ़ के खोज रहा हूँ, तब तक किसी को मिल जाएगा तो बता दीजिएगा. I was having tea at home on the evening of 30th January 1948 when I was called to Birla House by an urgent telephone. Gandhiji had been shot on his way to a prayer meeting. I was numb with shocks as I got into the car. मिला किसी को? जल्दी अब तक खोज को बताओ कहाँ पर है, कितना लाइन
4 number.
उसी का.
हाँ. बापूजी
As the Birla House Gandhi's यहाँ से
हाँ.
at the Birla House Gandhiji's relatives and the followers had gathered around his body. There was silence in the room as Gandhiji breathed his last. Gandhi's breath is last. At the Birla House. शुरुआत क्या है? At the
Birla House.
Birla House होगा. ठीक है. C. Information
Information
given by the broadcast.
given by the broadcast.
ब्रॉडकास्ट इंफॉर्मेशन. क्या इंफॉर्मेशन दिया गया ब्रॉडकास्ट से?
Bapu was on move.
लास्ट. We listen to the broadcast telling the people of India that their Bapu was no more. Last line. Bapu was no more. 3. State whether the following statements
State whether the following statements
are true or false.
true or false.
Provide sentences,
Provide sentences,
phrases,
phrases,
words
words
in support of your answer.
in support of your answer.
मेरे बाद बोलेंगे, पहले नहीं. A. The author received
Author received
an urgent telephone call
an urgent telephone call
in the morning.
in the morning.
True or false? क्या है?
False.
The author received an urgent telephone call in the morning.
I have
सुबह मॉर्निंग में आया था फोन.
नहीं सर, इवनिंग में आया था.
I was having tea at home on the evening
इवनिंग में आया
of 30th January 1948 when I was called to Birla House by an urgent telephone. इवनिंग में आया था. रॉन्ग. तो जिस वाक्य से पता चला कि गलत है, उस वाक्य को यहाँ पर सपोर्टिंग स्टेटमेंट में लिख देना है. I was having tea at home on the evening of 30th January 1948 when I was called to Birla House by an urgent telephone. यहाँ से यहाँ तक लिख देना है. हो गया. B. People attempted
People attempted
to break into the Birla House.
Brain
व्हाट रॉन्ग या फॉल्स ट्रू और फॉल्स सपोर्टिंग स्टेटमेंट कहाँ से पता चला ये ट्रू है लाइन बताइए लाइन खोजिए मैं तब तक पढ़ के खोज रहा हूँ आप लोग भी खोजो At the Birla house, Gandhi's relatives and the followers had gathered round his body. There was silence in the room as Gandhiji breathed his last words of Bapu's death had spread through Delhi like a flame penned by wind. Set groups of men and women sat collected around Birla house out of every window. कहाँ पर है?
17 पेज नंबर का सेकंड लाइन में
Second line, the people were too stern to speak in the beginning. Later they clamored wildly, shouting and crying. They jostled one They jostled one another in a stampede to break into the house. ये लाइन सही है. They jostled one another in a stampede to break into the house. लिख देंगे. People attempt to break into the Birla house. Support statement true है. C नंबर और लास्ट इतना ही रहेगा आज. The news of Gandhi ji death did not shock the people. True or false? शॉक नहीं किया गांधी जी का मृत्यु.
शॉक किया था फॉल्स है
फॉल्स किससे पता चला कहाँ पर है लाइन
यहाँ पे लिखा है आई तो सर फर्स्ट स्ट्रेंजर का लास्ट लाइन थर्ड नंबर लाइन 16 पेज आई वाज विद सॉन्ग
सेट ग्रुप्स ऑफ वुमेन्स
नहीं सर आई वाज नेवर विद सॉन्ग as I got into
I was where is I was कहाँ है The news of Gandhi's death did not shock the people. देखो मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ आप लोग बताइए फिर से खोजिए. The people were too stern to speak in the beginning. Later they clamored wildly, shouting and crying. The jostled one another in a stampede to break into the house. They calmed a little when it was announced that they would be allowed to see Gandhiji before the funeral. When one is faced with the shock of a loved one's death, one whimpers, "What will become of me now that he has left me?" This was surely the question uppermost in the mind of the mourning people. They looked like lost children. It was the question in many of our hearts as we said, still shocked and unbelieving. यही तो है. We listened to the broadcast telling the people of India that their Bapu was no more. Answer होगा, it was the question in many of our hearts as we said, still shocked and unbelieving. Still shocked and unbelieving. इतना लिखने से भी हो जाएगा. Still shocked and unbelieving. The news of Gandhiji's death did not shock the people. False. Still shocked and unbelieving. लिख देंगे हो जाएगा. लिख लेंगे बस इतना ही.